Morning, teacher.
Hello, May. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing okay. I see here's Roxana. Hey, Roxana.
Hi, good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. Are we ready for the long weekend?
Yes.
Yeah. Any special plans?
And I think my brother and my brother-in-law, we go to Tennessee.
Nice. Are you going to the Smokies?
I don't know.
You're just going to Tennessee. You don't know.
Yes.
Okay. Well, usually Great Smoky Mountain National Park is a place a lot of my students visit. It's a very, very nice place. Maybe maybe Gatlinburg.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, I hope they have the plan. All right, May. What about you? Do you have any plans for this long weekend?
I think I'm gonna spend time to organize my home.
Is that going to take all weekend, all 3 days?
I think so.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
too messy for the summer and they play the playrooms, toys, just like a full of trash.
Well, and it's funny. My wife and I probably should do the same thing. Our house is kind of a mess too, but I don't want to.
My husband don't want to just.
I know.
Oh
Can't-
no, come on, you need to help your wife.
That's true. I think that's a good idea. Or maybe you just open the closet and just push everything in the closet.
That playroom, my playroom for kids doesn't have a closet.
Oh no. Okay. Well, okay, that doesn't work. Okay. Well, see, my wife and I live in a very small house, but we do have a basement. So we usually just put everything in the basement. If we don't want it, just put it in the basement. So we never have to look at it. Yeah.
Before I let my kids, we set a playroom at basement. But my husband say the basements, is not good for kids because
Well,
air something the temperature is not good
yeah.
for kids. So we moved the playroom to the first floor.
Well, that is a problem with basements. They can be kind of cold and
Yeah.
and really don't have windows. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand. Well, anyway, I know my wife and I usually think, oh, this is the perfect time to clean and organize. And then after maybe an hour or two, we say, okay, that's enough. That's enough.
Just enough for organize.
Let's do something else. All right. Well, hey, guys, why don't we go ahead and get started? I'm sure some other people will join us. There's Samira. There she is. All right. Well, guys, let's begin. So, guys, welcome back. It is Thursday, August 29th. And yes, we have a long weekend coming up. So hopefully you're excited. Okay. Now, I have a question first for the group. Did anybody watch the Olympics last month?
Yes.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And May, what was your favorite sport or activity? Or did you just watch everything?
Not everything, just some Chinese thing they have joined. I watch.
So which activities or which sports were the most popular for you?
Swimming.
Swimming. Yeah, I like to watch the swimming. Okay. All right. Samira, did you watch some of the Olympics?
No.
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 Roxana, what about you? Any Olympics?
No, me neither.
Really? Okay. Well, usually I have at least a few students who watch. So May, looks like you and I are the only ones here who watch the Olympics. But here's what's interesting. You know how different countries, when someone wins a medal, different countries will often give their athletes some extra special prize, right? Maybe they'll get more money from their country, or maybe they'll win, some particular, maybe a new place to live or a car. Some countries really do Here in America, I think they give money, but it's not really a lot of money compared to some other countries. Well, first off, I want to share with you an interesting story. So this gentleman right here, he's from Pakistan, and he is the first person in Pakistan's history to win a gold medal. Now, I don't know if you notice what he's holding here. Does everyone see this? Anyone know what this is called? What you throw it. Any ideas? Okay. Probably not. It's not something we do every day, right? So this is called the javelin.
Javelin.
Yeah, so you may have seen it before where they throw it and they see how far they can throw it. Well, he won the gold medal in this activity. In fact, I think he even set a world record. So he's very good at this. Well, here's what's interesting. So he won the gold medal, and his country, he got money, he got cars, but he also got a buffalo. And I thought, well, that's kind of interesting. Why a buffalo? Is a buffalo important in Pakistan? So it turns out that buffaloes are very important. So I'm going to pull this up here on the screen for just a moment. So again, his name is Arshad Nadeem. That's his name. And again, he got lots of prizes. Like I said, he got cars. He set. It looks like he set a new Olympic record, right? And he was the first Pakistani to get a gold medal. So first off, that's pretty cool, I think. But the idea here is he is from a big family. So it says here he's the third oldest of 8 children, and he's from a very rural community. So the truth is, they're hardworking farmers. They don't have a lot of money. So the idea is in this particular event, which he practiced for, he basically, when he won, the government gave him, some money. So, for example, he got around $500,000 from the prime minister, extra money from Punjab's chief minister, right? Like we said, a car, all of those things. He got, I like this one, a lifetime supply of free fuel. So free gasoline. That's pretty cool. I think that's a pretty cool thing. He got an apartment and even a gold crown. Wow, that's pretty interesting, like a prince, right? But basically, the thing from his father-in-law was really important, a buffalo. And so, again, why a buffalo? Well, in many of these small communities, a buffalo can mean many things. So if you notice, it says here, the buffalo holds deep cultural significance. So it's very important to their culture. And one reason, of course, is because buffalo can provide milk. So one of the important things for his family, in fact, if you notice here, it says buffalo are valued for their milk. They call it the black gold of Pakistan, which that's really interesting. Here in America, right, we have cows, right? We drink cow's milk. But in this case, buffalo milk is about 72% of the nation's milk supply. So they turned it into like a type of butter. It has a lot of protein. So it sounds like buffalo, very useful for their particular community. So I thought this was kind of interesting. We hear stories about athletes winning money or getting things from their government, but I think the buffalo might be the most important. I mean, think about it. That buffalo is going to produce for his family for a long time. So I thought that was kind of interesting to think about. So in thinking about this idea, again, this athlete here, so when he won the gold medal, he actually won a lot more. I mean, the gold medal's nice, but you need to have an opportunity to live, right? So in this case, I thought, that's kind of interesting. Well, we're going to think about that here this morning. So in just a moment, we're going to imagine, what if you were an Olympic athlete, okay? And what would you want if you won the gold medal, okay? So we'll talk about that here in just a moment. We also have a new expression today, and this expression is talking about kind of, getting good luck. So we'll discuss that expression. And today we're going to try to finish our vocabulary list, right? The list of vocabulary that we're learning, and we're going to do some activities with those words. Okay, so let's think about that first question today. Okay, so everyone, I want you to imagine, okay, so to think, if you could win a gold medal at the Olympics, okay, so there you go, if you could win a gold medal, what additional reward would you like to receive? So remember, the athlete in the story, he got money, he got a car, an apartment, you know, free gasoline. Would you want money? Would you want a car? A lifetime supply of ice cream? I don't know. So please take a moment. You can share your answer in the chat, or you could use the microphone. What would you like to receive if you could win a gold medal at the Olympics? So I know what I would want. I'm going to put my answer in the chat. Okay, here's what I would want. So this would be my answer. I would want a new camera with lots of memory cards. Cameras are kind of expensive, and I love photography, right? In fact, I've got some memory cards right here next to my desk. See, I've got some memory cards. So I would want more memory cards. Okay, so Barbara says she wants money. All right, now Barbara, I think maybe you were a little late. This athlete won.
Sorry.
He got $1 million. So how much money do you think you would deserve if you won the gold medal? $1 million? $2 million? What do you think?
Yeah, it's a good number.
A good number. Okay.
Yeah. So
All right.
for investment is I make more money. It's good for me.
So in this case, Barbara just wants the cash. Just give her the
Yes.
cash. Okay.
Please.
$1 million. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Is that $1 million Brazilian dollars or $1 million American dollars?
American dollars.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Sure.
Wait a minute. Let's see. How many Brazilian, what is that? What's the Brazilian currency? Real? What is
Real,
it?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see. Let's see what $1 million to Brazilian real. How many that would be? Oh my goodness. 5. It
yeah,
would be 5.6 million reales. Oh my goodness.
No, it's different. So 1 million in United States is
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
1 million.
5,600,000 reales. Oh my goodness. Barbara, you sure you sure you have enough pockets for that money, just to put that money in your pockets? That's a lot.
No.
That's a lot. Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So Barbara wants the money. Okay. Let's hear from some other people. All right. So May, what would you like? If you could win, what would you like? All right. Wow. A house in New York. Now, wait a minute. Do you mean New York City?
Yes.
Okay. And how many floors? 2 stories, 3 stories? How big?
3 is enough.
3 stories. Okay. Now, where do the kids' playroom? Where do you put the kids' playroom?
The second floor.
The
I
second
think.
floor. Put them in the middle. Just leave them in the middle. Okay. All right. So May wants a house in New York City. Okay. Interesting. All right. All right, Roxana, what about you? What if you could win? What other reward would you like to receive? What? Someone? You mean so you mean someone would give you a business? Okay. So what would this business be? Roxana, like
I don't know, like KitchenAid or Apple or I don't know.
so wait a minute. You would want to be a KitchenAid salesperson? Is that-
Yeah, I don't know.
Roxana, you can think bigger, okay? It's okay. Think big. Think really big.
How about a restaurant?
Okay, well, I don't know if that doesn't sound like a good business to me. I could eat at the restaurant, but I don't want to run the business. Oh my goodness. All right, so maybe Roxana, maybe we could say you would get free KitchenAid devices for life. How's that?
Yeah.
Okay, there. That's a little better. Okay, that's a little better. All right. All right. Samira also agrees with Barbara. Money sounds like a good thing. So Samira, how much? How much money do you think you?
Lots of money, like $1 million
1 million. Now, $1 million American dollars?
American. He's
Okay. Okay. So $1 million American dollars. All right. So you and Barbara would just want the cash. Okay. All right. Now, I like Fatima's answer. She wants to receive an electric car. Now,
Yeah,
now what?
if
Which?
if it's electric and
Nice
big
car.
one and nice one.
Well, wait a minute. So what? Like the Tesla, for example?
Yeah,
Would-
why
would-
not?
I want to.
Yeah. Oh, May says now she wants the Tesla. Oh my goodness. Wait a minute. What about the Tesla? Do you want the Tesla truck?
Yes.
Have you seen the
Excuse me?
Tesla? Have you seen the? So Fatima, have you seen the Tesla truck?
Yeah, I see that. Yeah,
Okay.
I see this. It's very, very nice
Yeah.
one.
So May, was that you too?
Like
You want the big cyber truck?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Nice
yesterday.
one.
Well, yesterday I was driving on the road, and guess what? Next to me was this Tesla truck,
Wow.
and it was. I mean, of course, I was in my my smaller car, and I look up at it, and it's big. It's really big.
Yeah.
I
it's
was kind of
really big.
surprised. Yeah. So Barbara, are you changing your mind now? Do you want
No.
the Okay.
No money. Yeah.
No, money.
Money.
Okay. Well, Fatima, I know some people think about this Tesla truck. So
With the, I think that this Tesla we were like we were like in space.
so that's what you want? Do you want to feel like you're in space?
Yeah.
Well, I have watched a few YouTube videos of people, driving the truck, and it does look like you're inside of a, spaceship. That's true. Yeah. So, okay. All right. So Fatima wants the Tesla Cybertruck. Interesting. Okay. Well, you guys have some interesting imaginations. I like it. In fact, I'm curious what the price is for the Tesla truck. Let's see. What's the price? Okay. Well, that's
I
not
don't
so
know.
big. I think they say they're $130,000. So there you go. So that's pretty good. All right. So maybe Barbara, you can use your $1 million to buy a Tesla truck, huh? How's that?
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just maybe Fatima, maybe you want the money and then you can buy the truck. That's the idea. So interesting. Okay, well, guys, this has been fun to hear what you would like. So I noticed nobody chose the lifetime supply of ice cream. I thought maybe somebody would choose that one. So okay. Well, remember this guy from Pakistan, he got lots of stuff, right? So yeah, you guys could think big. Well, anyway. Okay, well, guys, let's learn a new expression today. Now, maybe some of you have been to Las Vegas. Maybe you've seen these things before in other places. So, the machine where you pull the little lever and you can win a lot of money. Well, the name of this machine is called the jackpot, sort of a jackpot machine. So in this case, we have an expression, but you can use this expression in many ways. So everyone, let's turn on the microphones. Come on, everybody, turn on your microphones. Let's say this new expression together, okay? To hit the jackpot.
to hit
To hit the jackpot.
To hit the jackpot.
To hit the jackpot.
Hit the jackpot.
Okay, now you can turn off your mics there for just a moment. So again, jackpot basically means you won money from this machine. That's what it means. So I don't know if anybody here has won money from one of these machines. Anybody? No, usually we lose money. But in this case, when you hit the jackpot, it means that you have great or unexpected success or luck. So something happened to you. It was a wonderful thing. It was not expected. And it brought you good luck. And in this case, when it happens to you, we might say, I hit the jackpot, right? I found this good luck that happened in my life. Now, of course, we use it most of the time in finding money. Maybe, for example, again, maybe you won a little lottery. Maybe you played the little lottery card, or someone gave you some money and you say, I hit the jackpot. But of course, most of us don't win money, right? But if you think about in our example, at the beginning of class, right? The athlete who won the gold medal. Well, he worked hard. He worked hard for that medal, but he did hit the jackpot because he got money, he got a car, he got the buffalo. So he also got some good things too, some success with that particular work. Now, the question is, how can we use this expression in our everyday lives? Well, I would like for us to look at some examples of how we can use it. Okay. Now, I'm going to ask Barbara, would you read this first example here where it says Stephen? Can you read that for us?
Sure. Just a question first.
Okay.
Why 2 in parentheses? How do you say it?
Yeah.
To
So
hit the jackpot. Why the parentheses in 2?
well, let's go back and ask that, because when I introduce these expressions, so sometimes we use it in this to hit, right? So in English, we call this an infinitive.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I don't think we use the infinitive the same way in Portuguese. We don't use the same way. We don't use the infinitive the same way in Spanish. I'm sure it's kind of similar.
It's similar in Spanish. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I
So
don't
for
know.
example, Barbara, if I said I want to go to the store, right? I want to go.
Okay.
Right? To go. So in this case, the to is there to tell you that this is a verb. This is an action, hit.
Oh,
And that if I use it, like, for example, I want to hit the jackpot. Yeah, so I put it in parentheses because the word to does not always appear when we use the expression. So in this case, when I use it as an infinitive, I say to hit, to go, to eat.
Okay.
Okay. So again, that's a little different from Portuguese and Spanish and French.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe because okay, perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank
All right.
you.
All right. So okay.
Sorry.
All right. Now you get to read the first one.
Okay. Yeah, no 2 here. Stephen hit the jackpot when he won the lottery and received how to say one.
We could say it a couple of ways. 1,500.
1,500.
Or because it has 2 zeros, it's easier to say $1,500.
Okay. $1,500.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. Now, in this case, thank you, Barbara. So this is a more traditional way to use the expression. He won money, right? Now, maybe you think $1,500 is not a lot of money, but I think for many of us, $1,500 would be pretty nice. I would like it, right? So Stephen hit the jackpot, right? He got lucky. He won this money. Okay. All right. Let's see. Fatima, would you like to read the next one for us? My grandfather.
Okay. My grandfather hit the jackpot when he met and married my grandmother.
Now, in this example, it doesn't mean necessarily that his grandmother was rich. It just means that he found a good luck, a good, fortune, happiness in this case. So, again, think about life. It's often difficult to find the perfect, husband, the perfect wife. So in this example, his grandfather was, very lucky and had a very good success marrying his wife, right? So that's what it means. My grandfather hit the jackpot when he met and married my grandmother, like he met the perfect person for him. Okay. All right. Thank you, Fatima. Roxana, would you like to read the next one for us?
She hit the jackpot when she found a new job with good health insurance.
Okay. Thank you, Roxana. Now, in this case, finding a good job is always important, right? If we find a new job. But notice the important part about it is it had good health insurance. Many of us need good health insurance. So in this case, she got lucky when she found a new job, right? She found success with this new job because it had good health insurance. So in these 3 examples, really, the first one is talking about money, right? You got money. The second example is talking about finding, good luck in our life, and not just a little bit of good luck. This is a pretty big lucky thing, right? You meet someone, you get married, there you go, happy. The last one, also kind of a big thing. You found a good job, good health insurance. Okay, so in these three examples, they all are using the expression hit the jackpot. So we found success. We found good luck in these situations. Okay, now here's what I would like for you to try. Okay, so we are going to try to make our own examples now. So everyone, I want you to think about your life for just a moment. Think about your life. And now I want you, in just a moment when you're ready, to go to the chat, and I want you to complete the following sentence. Okay? I hit the jackpot when... So think about in your life. Is there something that happened to you? Maybe you found the perfect, spouse, perfect husband, whatever. Maybe you won a little bit of money. maybe you feel this way about coming to the United States. I hit the jackpot when I came to the United States, right? Again, it's your opinion. It's your life. Okay. Now I'll share my example in the chat, but I would like for you to think about for yourself. I hit the jackpot when. Okay. So I'm going to put my example here. I think you'll like my example. Okay, so I'll put my example in the chat. Okay, so there's my example. So I hit the jackpot when I got this job and I got to meet thousands of wonderful students from around the world. So I feel very happy and lucky about that.
Thank you.
All right, well, you're welcome, Fatima. Okay, so everyone, think for just a moment. How would you complete that sentence? So again, I hit the jackpot when. Now I'm gonna move it back so you can see the examples again on the screen. So just remember, you don't have to write the whole sentence. So I'm going to put the beginning of the sentence again. Okay, I'll put it in the chat. All right, so guys, I'll give you a moment or two to think about it, and then when you're ready, put your answer in the chat. Could be anything. Think about something that makes your life better, happier. Maybe you won money one time. Okay. Oh, Barbara. Oh, you got two answers there. I like it. Okay. So really, Kentucky's been that good. Okay.
Yeah, I love it here.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
That's good to hear. Okay. That's a good example. Okay. All right. So we'll see what other people come up with. Yeah. So think about it for just a moment, everyone, and put your example in the chat. Okay. All right. Okay, Roxana, I like it. Now, Roxana, do you mean here as in Kentucky or the United States or both?
Both.
Okay. All right. Well, we feel lucky too. Okay. Ooh, okay, May. That's a good one. All right, now I'll help you with the grammar with this one. So the word born is a strange word in English. So I'm gonna make a small change to your sentence. I like it though. We would say this.
Okay.
Yeah, the original word is bear. That's the original verb, bear. Now, of course, we never use it that way. But when we use it in a sentence, we usually say I. So, for example, I would say I was born in Kentucky, for example. So we notice we use it that way, was born. So if it's plural, were born. So, for example, May, you would say I was born in China. Is that right? Okay. Yeah, so that's the idea. So that's how we use that particular verb. Yeah, it's a very strange verb.
Okay.
All right, so Samira, when I got your high school diploma, that's a good example too. Education is always a good thing. I like it. Yeah. Okay. All right, so now we got to see what Fatima's going to say. What's Fatima going to say? Okay. Yeah, see, these are all good examples. I like these. Okay, all right, so we'll let Fatima finish that. I'm going to go back to the original screen here. Okay, all right, well, while you're finishing up, I'll just review the meaning of the expression. There we go.
Perhaps I have
Okay.
the, yeah.
All right, hey, that's a good one. So yeah, so all your family now is in the same place?
No, it's not in the same place because
Okay.
I have two sons in USA and one in Morocco, one
Okay.
son in Morocco.
Okay. Well, at least we can think about that, right? We can hope. We can dream
Yeah,
about it.
I
Yeah.
hope. Yeah, it's my dream.
All right. Well, guys, thanks so much for sharing your examples. It was nice to see everyone's idea about thinking what's important to us. And again, it's just kind of an expression we use to talk about how successful or lucky, how we feel. Of course, we can use it with money. That's always true. But again, to review, to hit the jackpot, to have great or unexpected success or luck. And of course, especially if you win a lot of money. But in this case, I think we could say we hit the jackpot when we found, the perfect place to live, or we found the perfect, person to marry, or we got some educational, some educational diploma. So I think those are all good examples. All right. Thanks for sharing with us. Okay, now I told you this at the beginning of class. Our goal today was to finish our list of vocabulary words because we're going to practice using them a little bit here today. Now, what I would like to do is I'm going to bring up our vocabulary list that we have been working on. So let's bring that up right now. And let's take a look at what we've added to our list. Because again, we looked at it in the morning class, but we're also looking at it in the afternoon class as well. Okay, so as you can see here on the screen, we basically have just 3 more expressions to talk about here this morning as we are finishing our list of words. And again, the idea is this is a good opportunity for us to think about how can we learn the meanings of words. Now, sometimes we can guess the meanings, but not always. Sometimes we do need help when it comes to thinking about new vocabulary words. So what I would like to do first this morning is let's talk about this word up here, authorities. Authorities. Now, if you notice, this word is in the plural, right? So we see the ES at the end of it. The original word, let's start with what the original word is. So the singular form of the word is authority with a Y, authority. Okay, so this would be the singular form of the word. Now, why is that important? Well, because in just a moment, I'm going to show you how we can use dictionaries to help us, because sometimes it's not possible to just look at a word in context. Sometimes we do need All right, we do need some help. So what I would like to do is I'm going to introduce you to a dictionary that I like to use. Okay, so I'm going to share this with you, and then in just a moment, we're going to do a little exercise with this dictionary. Now, first off, the name of this dictionary is called the Collins Co-Build Dictionary. Now, this dictionary is a little different from the dictionaries we might use online or even translations. A co-build dictionary will use the word in a sentence to show us how the word works. So, for example, I'm going to type in the word authority. Okay, I'm going to type in the word authority. And you will notice that it will give us a definition. Now, first, let's talk about how, sorry guys, we always got commercials, right? Okay. Now, the first thing I would like to show you is with these types of dictionaries, one of the nice things about them is you can listen to the pronunciation of the word. That's one of the first things that helps us. So let me click on that so we can listen to it.
Authority. Authority.
Authority. Authority. Now, everyone, what do you notice right here? What do you notice under the word authority? What do you see there? What does it say? Authorities. Why do you think they put the word authorities here? Well, if I look at the definition, so I'm going to scroll down a little bit, you will notice that the very first definition, does everyone see that? Many times when we look at a dictionary, we want to know what the meaning of a word is. But sometimes when we look at a dictionary, the first definition may not necessarily be the word you're looking for. So this brings us to our kind of first thing to think about this morning. What does it mean when we say definition number 1 and definition number 2 and number 3 and 4 and so on? So let me ask you, class, what do you think this number 1 means when we look at the dictionary? What do you think that means when you see a number 1 next to the word? Anyone have a guess? What do you think that means when I see a number 1 next to it?
The word has lots of meaning.
Okay, well that's good. That's very good, Samira. So this word is not just one definition. There are many definitions, not just one meaning. Okay, so Samira, what do you think number 1 means compared to number 2? If there are 2 definitions, what does that mean to you? So when I see the number 1, what does that mean? Do you think that means it's the best definition, or
in general?
Okay, you're getting closer. Yes, okay. I think you're getting very close to the meaning here. Yeah, so what can be confusing sometimes about a dictionary is students think, oh, I see a word in an example. And when they look at the dictionary, they sometimes look only at the first definition because they think that must be the definition. Well, here's the thing. Many times, yes, the first definition is probably the definition you're looking for. So Samira said maybe it's kind of the most general meaning. Well, you're close. It's probably the meaning of the word. So in just a moment, I'm going to let everybody think about this in your language. Okay, so everybody in just a moment, think about this word in your language. Because often the first definition is usually going to be the definition of the word that also exists in your language. So let's take a look at what the definition says. Okay, so Samira, would you read that definition for us? Would you read number 1 for us?
The authorities are the people who have the power to make decisions and to make sure that laws are obeyed.
Obeyed. Do we know that word obey? Do you know what that means, to obey?
No.
Well, let's see if someone can help us. Can someone help us with the word obey? What does it mean to obey? Anyone have a guess?
Like follow the rules.
That's right. Yes. When we obey something, it means we follow them. Now, everyone, are you all good people? Do you all follow the rules? Do you follow the rules? Samira, do you follow the rules?
Yeah, something.
Okay. So sometimes. What? Sometimes? What? Really? Okay. May, are you a good person? You follow the rules
Yes.
all the time?
Yes. Almost.
100%?
Bullshit.
99.99?
97.
Oh, now wait a minute. That's a big change. Hold on. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, let's look at the definition again. So it says the authorities are the people who have the power to make decisions. So, for example, you and I, we can make decisions, right? I can make decisions in my house. But do I have the power to make laws be followed? No, probably not. In fact, if you look here, look at the examples. Do you see what it says? Government, police, right? Yeah, these are kind of the people at the top, right? They try to make sure that we follow the rules, that we obey the laws. So authorities, when we use it in this plural way, right? When we use this in this plural way, authorities are the people who have the power to make decisions. So as we can see, that is the first definition of this word authority. Okay, now everyone, I want you to think for just a moment. I want you to think in your language, okay? So whatever language you speak, let's think about the word authorities. Okay, now I'm going to bring up Google Translate for just a moment. Again, I can't say that I understand, everyone's language, but let's pull up Google Translate for just a moment. Okay, so I'm going to type in the word authorities. Now, for example, in French, this is the first word that appears. Okay, so for my French-speaking students, do we recognize this word?
Autorité.
Right? Do we recognize that?
Please,
Okay.
teacher.
Okay. All right. Let's look
Can
at
we
Portuguese.
Can we say that the leadership personality can be authoritative?
Yes. Especially when we think about the government, the police.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Portuguese. So Barbara.
Autoridades.
Spanish.
Autoridades.
Okay. And then let's see. May, do we speak Mandarin?
Yes.
All right. Let's see if it's the same word. Okay. I don't know if I can find Mandarin. Let's see. Here we go. I see Chinese simplified. Does that make sense to you?
当局
No.
Okay. Let's try the other one here. What about traditionally?
当局
It's same, but it's not the right meaning.
Well, let's see. Trying to see if I can find Mandarin here. Let me go back here. Let me try the website. Okay. Okay. Now, while we're looking for the example here, everyone think about the example I just showed you. Okay. And let's see if we can find it here. Okay. Well, I don't see it right away. All I see are these two choices here.
That's okay.
Well, so how would you translate it into your language?
Is this word means some kind of person they have a power to is a person or some situation?
Now that's a good question. Let's go back for just a moment. If you notice in the definition, what does it say? The authorities are
The person, the people.
the people. So it's kind of a group. Now, of course, there could be one person. If you're in a country where there's only, like one leader who determines everything.
Yeah.
Even here in the United States, our president doesn't have that power. Our president can't just make anything happen.
Yeah, so I think that's mean a group.
Like a group, yeah. In fact, if you look at the second definition, sometimes we use it in the singular, like authority, but to represent like a group or an organization. For example, they mention, the parking authority. Like their responsibility is in charge of parking, for example.
Yeah. So that your translate in Chinese Mandarin is wrong. Is definitely wrong. It's not that mean. You know the 当局 it means circulation, not a
I got you. Okay. That's interesting. Maybe it's the definition that I typed in. Let's see. Let me go back here and see if I typed in for example, if I typed in government, would this be closer?
政府
Yes, that's right.
Okay. Yeah, so one question could be, do we use the word the same way in a different language? That's always a problem too. Yeah, now for my French, Portuguese, and Spanish-speaking students, the word authorities is not an English word. It's a word we borrowed from Latin, right? We borrowed this word from other languages. So that's also a difference. English is not a language like Spanish or French or Portuguese, but we borrowed many words from those languages. So yes, maybe the idea is government makes more sense in this case. So that's a good point. Okay. Well, anyway, so in thinking about the definition, okay, now for Roxana, Barbara, Samira, Fatima, the word authorities, when I showed you the translation, does that have basically the same meaning? The people who have the power to make decisions?
Yes.
Yeah, probably. So Samira, you were kind of correct. The first definition in a dictionary is usually the definition of a word that you might find in other languages too. Not just in English, but in other languages. So what I normally tell students is the first definitions. Now you're correct. There was more than one definition, right? 5, 6, 7. There are actually quite a few definitions of the word authority. But in terms of the plural meaning authorities, if I basically look at the first definition, it's the only one that's plural. But in terms of its different meanings, the first meaning, especially the first and second, maybe the third meanings, those are the meanings that are going to be common to most other languages. So even in the languages we speak here in class, if we look at the dictionary, okay, the first definition might be the most helpful, but it's not always the meaning of the word that we're using. So the question is, are we using it the same way in our class, in our example? Well, let's take a look. So when I go back to the dictionary for just a moment, what if I just think about the word authorities? What if I type in the plural word? Let's see what happens. Okay. Okay, now what do you see, class? What do you see? You see that? It says see authority. Yeah, so what that tells me is the word authorities and authority are basically the same idea. They share the same idea. So there's not some new meaning or different meaning. If I use this dictionary, it will tell me, well, I can look at the word authority, and that will help me with the definition. So I think we can feel comfortable now that we are using the word in its correct way, or at least in the way that the Burlington English is telling us. So let's go back now and let's think about what definition can we create for the word authorities. All right, so class, what do you think I should type? What do you think I should say? People who, what can we say?
Has the power
Who
to
have power to
decide.
To make a decision.
decisions. Yeah. And then maybe we could say that's similar to the government, the police, right? Okay. Okay. Now, of course, there are other meanings to the word authority. This is true. As we saw, and Samira mentioned, authority has lots of meanings, right? We saw 6, 7, 8, 9. But authorities, when I use it in the plural, it has basically only one meaning. So when we say the authorities, we're talking about these people, the government, the police, people who have the power to make that decision, right? Now, maybe in your house, maybe you tell your children, I'm the authority, right? I make the rules in the house. And your kids are like, that's not fair. Yes, well, that's life, right? Parents, we're the authorities in our house. Isn't that right? Right? Are you the authority in your house, maybe? Or are the kids the authorities?
Sure. I'm a Taurus.
Barbara's the authority. I don't know. Sometimes the kids, sometimes I see kids, they're like the authorities, right? The parents are like, hey, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
They try, but
They try. That's right. They try. Yeah. But no, parents, we're the authorities. Okay. All right. Now, let's see if we can finish our list. Now, we can use the dictionary if we need to. So here's what I'd like to do. We have 2 more words on our list, class. Let's see if somebody in the class knows the meaning. And if we don't know the meaning, let's go to the dictionary. So what about yell? What if we yell at? Anybody have any idea what that means, to yell at?
Speaking out loud.
Speaking loudly. Oh my goodness. So maybe this has happened to you, right? Speaking loudly at someone. Okay. Maybe how does a person feel when they yell?
Angry.
Maybe angry, right? Okay. So maybe we could say maybe in an angry way. Okay. Yeah, so sometimes we yell because we're angry. Yeah, I think that's a good definition. Okay. Hey, you guys are good. All right, let's try the last one. This one, do for a living. Do for a living. Anyone have an idea what this means?
Do something support their life.
Aha. So maybe we could think about the word living in a different way. So you said to support our life. So maybe we could say what? What do you do for work? What do you do to make money?
Yeah.
Something
Job.
like that? Okay.
Job.
Well, it could be a job. I mean, some people might do many jobs. Some people might do other things, right? Yep. So we could say, what do you do to make money, to support yourself, to support your life? So we can think about examples like, a job or a career, right? Okay. All right. Well, hey, take a look, guys. We did it. We have completed our first list of vocabulary words. Now, of course, we're going to continue to practice with these words in our class. In fact, we're going to start using those words here in just a few minutes, because the idea is it's good to talk about the meanings of words, but importantly, we want to use them. We want to use them in our everyday life. So here's what I would like to do. Okay, I'm going to keep this this document active, and in fact, when we're finished here today, I am going to share it with you. But what I would like to do is come back to our presentation for just a moment, and let's talk about the activity we're going to do here with our small groups. So in just a moment, now, do you remember at the beginning of class, I gave you the beginning of a sentence, right? I hit the jackpot when, and then you completed the sentence. Well, you're going to do the same thing, but now you're going to do it with your partners. So let me explain what you're going to do. So in this exercise, you are going to discuss the answers you would use to finish these sentences. Now, everyone take a look here. There are 5 sentences that you're going to talk about. Now, let's take a look at them. Okay, so again, I'm going to ask different students to read them for us. So, May, would you like to read number 1 for us?
A practical person goes to the grocery store to buy.
Okay, good. Okay, number 2, let's see, Roxana, would you read number 2 for us?
It's important to think on your feet when.
Okay, good. Thank you, Roxana. Fatima, would you read number 3?
My favorite kind of three, excuse me.
Mhm.
I try to stay calm under pressure.
Pressure. Mhm.
Pressure when.
Good, good. All right, Samira, would you like to read number 4?
My favorite kind of desserts is
Okay, good. And let's see, Barbara, would you like to read number 5?
An empathetic person always tries to.
Okay, good. All right, excellent. Now, before we go into the breakout room to discuss these with our partners, let's review the meanings of these words. Okay, so for example, let's start with number 1. So practical, what did we say? A practical person or something that is practical or somebody who is practical. What does that mean if we are practical? Anyone remember? Any guesses? No guesses? All right, well, let's look at our list. Okay, so what does it say here? So practical means relating to a real situation, having a real purpose. So people who are practical try to think about their real life, right? Not some crazy fantasy situation. They think about everyday real life. So practical people. So again, think about that for a moment. What would practical people buy at the grocery store? Okay. Now, don't tell us now. Don't tell us now. You'll get to discuss this with your partner in just a moment. All right. Let's come back to our list. Okay. What about number 2? What does it mean to think on your feet?
Quickly decision.
Make a decision. Okay. I think we're almost there. Make a decision.
Quickly.
Quickly. That's the idea. So we don't have time to think about it. We have to think quickly. Excellent. All right. Number 3, to stay calm under pressure. What does that mean?
Calm down.
Calm down when?
We have a problem.
Yeah. So some emergency,
Emergency,
some
yeah.
difficulty. Again, it doesn't have to be an emergency, but any situation that causes pressure or stress. So what do we do when we're in a stressful situation? How do we calm down? Okay. All right. What about number 4? Kind of.
Type of something.
Yeah, a type, an example of something. Good, good. All right. And then number 5, empathetic.
Can understand people.
Okay. Tries to understand people. Tries to think about people from their situation. Yeah. In fact, I think someone mentioned the word compassion, right? To show compassion, to try to understand how people are feeling. Okay. All right. So everyone look again at the sentences. So in just a moment, we're going to go into the breakout room. You're going to talk with a partner and you're going to complete the sentence with your partner, just talking. Okay, now this is not a writing activity. This is a speaking activity. So it says discuss. So you're going to discuss this with your partner. Okay, that's the idea. Of course, you may have different answers. That's fine. And maybe you need to give more information. So maybe why? Why do you feel this way? So that's the idea. So we're going to take about 5 or 6 minutes to do this exercise. When we come back to the main room, we'll share some of our answers. Okay? All right, so I'm going to stop sharing the screen. And let's get our groups ready. Let's see how we break up here. Okay. Okay, so it looks like we'll have one group of 3 and one group of 2. Now, when we go into the breakout room, I will share that information in the chat. Okay, so I'll share that with you. I'll put the link to the exercise. And like I said, we'll take about 5 or 6 minutes to talk about this with our partner. All right, so everybody get ready. I'm going to start the breakout room here in just a second. Make sure I've got a copy of this. Okay, and let me upload this. Okay, all right, guys. So we'll go into the breakout room. I will join you and share the link. All right, guys, get ready. Here we go. Okay, I think we're waiting for a few more people. All right, I think we're waiting for one more, but we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so what I'm going to do, this is the first time I've used this. These are called sticky notes, and I'm going to put them up here on the screen so that way we can kind of look at the question and put our answers up here as well. All right, so let's start with number 1. Okay, now, obviously we go to the grocery to buy food, right? I think we all go to the grocery to buy food, but what does a practical person buy at the grocery store? What kind of food, or what do they think about? So what do we think about number 1? Who has a good answer for number 1?
Bread?
To buy bread?
Yeah.
Okay.
Only he needs.
So we might say only the necessities.
Yeah.
So now here's a question, Roxana. What do you consider a necessity?
Bread, meal, water.
You can get water at home, right? All right. What about you? Sure. What about ice cream? Is ice cream a necessity?
No.
To me, yes.
Oh, I see. Now we have a different definition. Okay, so do you buy the expensive ice cream, or do you buy like the Kroger ice cream?
Kroger ice cream.
Okay, that's a little better. Okay, that's a little better. All right. Yeah, so I think a practical person, when they go to the grocery store, they don't buy the most expensive things, right? So maybe we could say they buy the Kroger brand, for example. Okay, anyone else have an answer for the first one?
The things that the family need.
That's right. So those necessities. Yeah. So, but of course, it might be different for different families, right? So, yeah, I mean, come on. Sometimes we just need some Coca-Cola, right? We just need it. Okay. All right. What about number 2? It's important to think on our feet in which situations. So when do you like to think on your feet?
In emergencies.
Okay. Can you think of a specific emergency? Is there a specific kind of emergency?
Car accident.
Maybe an accident. Okay. Emergency such as accidents, right? Car accidents. Okay.
Fire.
Fire. Okay. Okay. That might be a good one to think about. Okay. Yeah. So again, any situation that requires us to think quickly. So I know, for example, I have to think on my feet if if something gets canceled, like if I have to make an appointment and it's canceled and I have to do something else quickly to make an adjustment. So maybe if some appointment's been canceled or some particular if I have to go to the doctor's office and my appointment is, if they don't have any appointments available, I have to think quickly, right? Think on my feet. What if I'm sick and I need a doctor? So maybe instead of making a doctor's appointment, maybe I go to the urgent care. Yeah, so maybe this has happened to you sometimes, right? You have to think on your feet. What do we do in this situation? Okay. All right. Number 3. Okay, guys, when do we try to stay calm under pressure? What would be situations where we need to stay calm?
My kids make me angry.
Yeah, so kids are good at that, aren't they? They're just very good at making us angry. Of course, they're just kids, right? Okay. What about when Mr. John is speaking to you in English?
That's good. It's fine.
Yeah? I think many people right now, huh? Yeah, so maybe when we have to speak English in public. Or when someone is talking to us in English. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, especially sometimes when students speak to me in Spanish and I have to talk to them in Spanish. Oh, I have to get the stay calm. All right. Okay, now here's the fun one. I think everybody might like this one. All right, so what did we say about our favorite kinds of dessert? So let's hear from everybody. What did you say for your favorite kind of dessert?
Ice cream.
So ice cream.
Ice cream.
Okay, 2 for ice cream.
Me too, ice cream.
Wow, 3 for ice cream.
Pie.
Oh, pie. Okay, that's good. You have a special kind of pie, Barbara?
No, but I love pumpkin pie. Now it's time.
Wait a minute. You like
Yeah, I like
pumpkin?
pumpkin pie. Yeah, because they spices. I love spice.
Okay, now everyone listen carefully. Barbara is the first person I have ever met
Really?
who likes pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
I think pumpkin pie is terrible.
Really?
So Barbara, this Thanksgiving, you can have all of my pumpkin
No.
pie. Okay?
Okay.
So, sometimes you order from Kroger and they give you like a Thanksgiving meal, like a turkey and they always include a pumpkin pie. They always do. So every time I get this, I'm like, what am I going to do with this disgusting pumpkin pie?
Oh, really?
So now I know I'll send it to Barbara. Okay.
Thank you.
See, it's your lucky day. Barbara, you hit the jackpot. You hit the pumpkin pie jackpot. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wow. All right, so we had ice cream pie. Let's see, Fatima, did you tell us your favorite dessert?
Chocolate. Chocolate.
Just chocolate, anything?
Chocolate.
Anything?
Yeah,
Chocolate.
chocolate.
Okay. All right, so chocolate, anything. Okay.
Black
Okay.
chocolate.
So there you go. Chocolate, anything. Okay.
A black one.
Oh, you mean the dark chocolate?
A dark, yeah.
Okay, so dark chocolate,
Oh.
anything. There you go.
Dark.
Dark chocolate. Okay. I like that one. All right. Okay, and what about the last one? So what does an empathetic person try to do? What did they try to do? So let's think for a moment. What did they try to do? Of course, we can think about the definition, right? They tried to understand people. But let's be more specific. What did they try to do?
Think on other people's feeling.
Okay, so think about other people's feelings. So maybe we can say they consider other people's feelings, okay? Okay, I like that one. What else? What else do empathetic people do? I can think of one. Maybe you didn't think about it. Listen to other people.
To have a good relation with them.
To have a good relationship. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay. Any other suggestions? These are good. I like this. Okay. Yeah, I think this is a pretty good list.
To hear.
To hear them. Yeah, I think that's it. The idea to listen to them, to hear what they're saying.
To help.
Yeah, to try to help. Yeah, I think that's good. I really think listening is an important thing. I think empathetic people really do try to hear what people are saying, try to listen to what they're saying. So yes, I think that's a good one. Hey, we have a good list here. This is a good group of words and ideas that you all have been thinking about with these particular sentences. Now, what I would like to do here in the last little part of our time is let's go back to our list of vocabulary words one more time and let's review their definitions. Because next class, we're really going to practice using these words and kind of reviewing their definitions. We're going to do some exercises in our next class. So next week, I'm going to show you some things you can do to study and learn these words and practice using them. But thinking about what we've done today, right? We talked about how to use the dictionary. The dictionary can be very helpful for us sometimes. Sometimes we need the dictionary, right? It's not always possible to guess what a word means. But in my opinion, what we have to do is learn more words. That's the most important thing. When we learn more words, right, we try to actually understand them and try to get their meaning. So here's what I would like to do, okay? So I'm going to zoom in on our list. And what I'd like to do is let's review their definitions as we go through, okay? So I'm going to clear all of our notes there, okay? So I'm going to basically what I'd like to do is we're going to start at the top. I'm going to ask different students to help us. So for example, Fatima, you get to start this activity. So at the top, it says personality traits. So what I'd like for you to do is to read the word and then read the definition for us. Okay?
Okay. Personality traits, example, friendly. Characteristic, describing our personality, how we behave.
Very good. So personality traits, example would be like friendly. Okay? All right, May, you've got the next one.
Bachelor's degree. A 4 years department from a university.
Very good. So as we said before, bachelor's degrees in the United States may be different from your country. A 4-year degree. Okay? All right, Barbara, you've got the next one.
Interact with. Talk to someone to understand them.
Yes, and I just noticed, I fixed this in my other class, but for some reason it didn't save it. So understand them. All right, very good. All right, excellent. Okay, we're moving on. Samira, would you like to read the next one?
Stay calm under pressure. Be focused and relaxed in a difficult situation.
All right, Sue, you were very calm under pressure right now. So good job. All right, Roxana, you've got the next one.
Think on your feet. To decide on something quickly with no plan.
All right, very good. Okay, I'll read the next one. Translate. So we said translate is to put one language into another. We demonstrated this in our last class, right? I asked you to translate an expression from your language, from English to your language. So again, from French to English, English to French, these are all good examples. All right, let's come back to the top. All right, so May, would you like to read the next one for us?
Yell at. Speak loudly at someone, maybe in an angry way.
Okay, excellent. Okay, so we've accomplished the left side of the screen. Let's move now to the right side of the screen. Okay, and coming back up to the top. All right, so let me clear this here and start it here. Okay, so Fatima, would you like to read the next one for us? Hello, Fatima. Are you there?
Yeah,
Okay, so can you read the next one for us here?
yeah, okay. Authorities,
Mm-hmm.
saying authority,
Mm-hmm.
people who have power to make decision, like government, police.
All right, very good. All right, Roxana, would you read the next one for us?
Courteous, polite, respectful, especially in public.
Yeah, so when we're courteous, we're polite to people. Again, this was our discussion on Tuesday. Courteous and friendly seem kind of similar, but courteous is much more of the things we do to be polite in public. So saying yes or no or opening doors for people. Yeah, but we're not friends necessarily. Okay? All right, very good. Let's continue. So, Samira, would you like to read the next one for us?
Do for living, to make money, to support life. Example, job, career.
So what do we do for a living? What do you do to make money? That kind of thing. All right, Barbara, you got the next one.
Empathetic. Try to understand someone else's feelings or situation. Show compassion.
Good. Okay. I'll read the next one. Isolated. So when we're isolated, we are lonely or separated from other people, for example. Okay. All right. May, would you like to continue with the next one?
Kind of. Type of something. Example, ice cream is a kind of dessert.
Which seems to be the most popular dessert here in the class. Okay. All right. Let's see. Moving on. Fatima, would you like to read the next one?
Lift weights, exercise with weights to build muscle.
Okay. Very good.
Muscles.
Muscles. Yeah.
Muscle.
All right. Okay. Roxana, would you like to read the next one?
Outgoing, likes to talk, helpful, friendly.
Yes, and I think everyone in the class said they were outgoing people, so that's good to know. All right, let's see. Samira, I think you're next.
Physically fit, to be good condition physically. Example, healthy, strong, thin,
And we said that's similar to being in good shape.
good shape. Yeah.
All right, and then I think our last one is maybe Barbara. I think you've got the last one here.
Practical. Relating to a real situation. Have a real purpose.
Purpose, yeah. So for
Purpose.
example, a practical person thinks about their real life and real situation, not some dream or fantasy. Okay, well guys, wow, look at this. So in our first 3 or 4 classes, we have now created definitions for lots of new words. Now, many of these might be words you already knew, but what I want to really kind of express, I want to share this before we finish here this morning. In my opinion, okay, in my opinion, if you cannot explain the word in English, then you do not know the word. You might say, Mr. John, I know this word. I know this word in my language. Well, that's good, but can you explain it in English? You see, if you can explain the idea in English, then I understand you. I believe that you know this word. So that's why it's kind of difficult, right? You might say, oh, I know this word, or I have this word in my language. Yeah, but I don't speak everybody's languages in this class. So if I want you to explain it to me, that's a different thing. So if you can explain the word, that probably means you know it. And next week, we're going to continue practicing using these words because that's what we want. We want to improve our vocabulary. We want our vocabulary to get bigger and bigger so that we can speak on many different topics. So, all right. Well, guys, I want to thank everybody for joining us. So again, our time is up for today. So don't forget, we got a long weekend, but of course that doesn't affect this class, right? We will just meet next Tuesday. So I think everybody have a great, have a great long weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have a good day.
Teacher,
Yes.
could you send the dictionary link to me?
Yes, I'm going to send it in the email. When I send out the email,